Hello everybody and welcome to another bitKlavier tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to incorporate bitKlavier in a digital audio workstation. Now in the last video I showed you how to locate and install the plugin on a digital audio workstation, and now I'm going to show you how to use it within the digital audio workstation. So again, I'm using Traction 7 today, which is a free digital audio workstation available for Windows. And I'll be trying to make comparisons to my knowledge of GarageBand on macOS. But as I say, they are different, so you can try and take inspiration from the things I'm going to say on this particular software and see if you can apply it to what you're using. But I think they're all structured around a similar set of ideas, and you should be able to work through it based on what I'm going to show you today. So I've just opened up Traction, and the first thing I'm going to do is create a new project. Now it presents me with a window which I'll drag over here, and I'll just name it bitKlavier test 1. Now most of these digital audio workstations like to mount all of the project files in one place, which means that if I'm not in the software, if I'm just looking through a drive, I can find all of the imported audio, all of the rendered audio, all of the project files in one place, which I find very useful, and I just thought it's worth pointing out. So they're all within a Traction folder, which is as it should be. So I'm just going to hit create project. So now that we have made that project, we can see that bitKlavier has created edit 1 for us. If I wanted to create a subsequent edit, I could just go down here and click create a new edit. That can be useful because if I make each editing session a different edit, that means I can track my changes and go back, and if I wanted to have something as it was yesterday and just start again, and if a day has gone completely badly in terms of editing, then I can just go back. Or indeed, if you lose one file, then you only lose one version rather than the whole, your whole edit, for example. But today, because we haven't done anything into this project yet, edit 1 will be fine. So I'm going to go down here and click open for editing. So what it's done for us is created 8 new tracks into which I can import or record MIDI or audio data and files to edit and mix and do all those wonderful things. So the first thing I'm going to do actually is just to get rid of tracks 2 to 8, because I like to keep my workspace clean if I can, and tidy, and as free from distraction as is possible. So I'm going to go into settings and make sure that my MIDI device, my LPK25, is enabled, which it is. If it doesn't show up here, just try clicking refresh MIDI device list. And if it's plugged in, it should appear. As you may remember from the plugins install video, we have our 3 plugins all working nicely. I've got my devices, my microphone as my input, my speakers as my output, and I've got a nice low latency buffer size to stop massive delays while I'm editing. So I'm going to click on this box here, which will choose the input for this particular track. I'm going to choose LPK25, as we'll be working with my MIDI keyboard today. And then I'm going to click on this grey plus button and add bitKlavier, which, as you remember, is a VST3 plugin. Now the reason I'm adding bitKlavier now rather than after we actually record anything is because bitKlavier is also a synthesizer within a digital audio workstation, which means that whatever I play, I'll be able to listen to while I'm recording. Whereas if I didn't do this, I would be playing to silence, and I'd only have to hope that the music I'm playing sounds like I want it to. I'm not going to add any effects with bitKlavier yet, but I just want to hear what I'm playing while I play it. So if I play on my MIDI keyboard now, you can hear that it's working, and there is a nice small amount of delay. So I can exit out of that, and we are ready to record something. Now, I have to apologize in advance. My vocabulary of piano music, particularly piano music that is easy to play on a 2-octave keyboard, is quite small. So you may remember the music that I will play for you, and it may become rather tedious and boring after a few videos, but I can only apologize for that. So what I'm going to do is prime this track for recording by pressing on this red button. That means that I have decided that this is the track into which I'm going to record. I will click back on the little navigation pad here, and that means that we are starting from bar 1, beat 1, and we are ready to record. So if I click on the record button, I am ready to go. Now once I've done recording, I can just press stop there, and after a few seconds it should process what we've just recorded. So if I click back and press play, it should all play back as I just played it. So as you can hear, it registered the mistake I made. So usefully, all our MIDI data shows up on this little diagram here, and with a bit of luck I should be able to get rid of that mistake and trick everybody into thinking that I can play the piece that I play all the time better than I actually can. So let's play that again and see if we can find the mistake. So it looks to be this little note here. So if I get rid of that, it wasn't that one, so I click undo, and in fact it is that one there. So if I click delete and I scroll, just rewind a little bit. So as you can see here, that note that I wanted to play there, that C4, didn't register as soon as I wanted it to, so hopefully I can just drag that back and it should play earlier by just rewinding a bit. And there you go. So thankfully this software allows you to trick the world into thinking you're a better pianist than you really are. So that's one way of recording your MIDI file into bitKlavier. And now, just as you might expect, if I click on the bitKlavier plugin, and we are met with this screen, I can now choose some bitKlavier functions to add to my Howard Shore Lord of the Rings music. So I'll add a synchronic, and I'll also change to our favorite quarter comma mean tone on an F sharp. Now I just need to control click and join our synchronic to the keyboard, and I will just adjust some settings at random because my style of composition using bitKlavier is a little different from that of Jeff and Akiva on the other tutorials. I like to start randomly and see if we can work back to normality rather than the other way around. But if I exit out of that now, hopefully our Howard Shore will sound a little bit different. And there you go. So hopefully that has been a useful introduction in how to load up bitKlavier onto a track and to record into it. And if you remember, by clicking and dragging, either clicking on a note and pressing delete, or highlighting the bar of the note and dragging it left and right, or indeed with these arrows at the end, we can change the note length and indeed the time at which it is played to sort of touch up our recordings, if you like. And in the next video, I will talk to you about using bitKlavier in a notation software, and I might even make a video about using bitKlavier, different layouts of bitKlavier on different tracks at the same time. Stay tuned. Thank you very much.